falling up, I'm falling down from the sky and from the ground. Up above, just like below, and I don't know where I should go. 'Cause I'm stuck in limbo.
Oh, this is not good. Now I can't get the wedge in there anymore. There it goes. Up. Hey, grab it, grab it. Okay, that should be better. Don't want to see the Google browser today. But yeah, let's go for a little bit of a walk today. I can show you the ski track. We cannot ski. We cannot ski today. It's unfortunately for the 4th time this winter, snow is kind of gone again. How is the camera? Is it good height? Or should we go higher? Should probably go a little higher. Now when we're walking around. But yeah, this is what's left. I mean, yeah, if it would get colder now and then 10 centimeters of snow, maybe even 5, then we could ski again, but it's just a little sad ice left, which is very unfortunate. This is why I like -2, as the title says. -2 is much better than +2 in the winter. Now when it's +2 all the time, it's like this, can't ski. If it would be -2 now, we would have perfect ski tracks. Oh yeah, I gotta clip these things together here also. There's the other end. But yeah, ski track looks kind of sad. There's still ice left, I mean. But yeah, I did like this whole week is supposed to be +degrees, so I'm kind of thinking that all this will even go away. mean, we're gonna go, if we walk further in the forest, like there's snow somewhere in the places where they were there, where we got more snow when it snowed. But yeah, it's really hard to find a place to ski. Yeah, spring has come like 4 times this winter already. It's really not really a fan of these kind of winters. I think, yeah, for a lot of people this might be like a good sign when it's melting early, but I rather have like a proper winter. Like last winter was pretty good. We could ski for many months in a row. Now it's this, make a ski track, ski 2 times and then it melts away, and then you repeat that cycle all the time. I mean, fields are, there's still some frost, but I think after this week it might get like, start to get like soft and muddy. But yeah, this is not really typical for January. This is kind of, feels like March. This is like March weather. March kind of weather. Could even go higher, I think. Higher on the camera when we're walking and not skiing. Yeah, here's not much left. Here's the ice almost gone too. There's a bunch of birds. We'll go to the road. We'll see if the road is like, it's probably super icy. Unless the road has melted too. Road looks really icy again. We'll see. Hopefully it's not the slippery kind of ice. Then we could walk. It's almost melted up there, I think. If we can jump the ditch somewhere. Here's more of the tracks. I think it's probably like a dog tracks. I think we come to the conclusion it's gotta be a dog or a wolf. It looks pretty big, but I think when the tracks are like half melted, might look a little different from what it like actually is. Okay, over here we can jump the ditch. I think there it's really wide. here we can manage it. Yeah, this will be okay. I think, yeah, the ice isn't super slippery today. There's some ground visible in places. We're going along this forest road. And yes, some of the land here belongs to the farm. Not all. Not all, unfortunately. But yeah, this on the left hand side here is part of the farm. Right hand is neighbors. Oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this to the side before someone ruins their car. You don't want to get this underneath your car when you drive over it. Throw it to the side. Can we get the rest? The rest is still frozen. Frozen to the road. But yeah, this is very not typical weather for January. I don't know what the average temp would be, but my guess would be like maybe -5 during the day and maybe -10 during the night. I think that's like maybe average. And then we could very easily have -20 also. But yeah, that's not gonna happen this January. It's gonna be a very, very warm January. I don't remember ever where it would have been plus degrees 2 weeks in a row in January. And that's what we're gonna get this year, I think. So very, 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 very odd. And yeah, pretty much most of the snow is gone again. But yeah, sun, yeah, we might actually see the sun. Could be nice. Haven't seen the sun a whole lot lately either. Been kind of, yeah, cloudy, rainy actually. Super bad streaming weather when it's like drizzling every day almost. Drizzling or raining. Uphill is icy. Can we get up the hill? Might be stuck. Once drove up this hill with the tractor when it was icy like this. No gravel visible, and with speed I could barely come up here, and then started spinning all the wheels and slowly made my way up the hill. It was kind of scary. Don't really want to start sliding back down. But yeah, it's almost a little, when it melts a little bit more here, then it's not sketchy. Not that now it would be sketchy without chains. Yeah, trees are growing. This is still, we planted trees here a few years ago. Seem to be growing okay, and don't see like a ton of moose damage. There's always some, but not horrible amounts. Common law. What do you mean by common law? Like, can we do whatever? It's not really the Wild West here now, if that's what you're meaning. We got the same laws here than there is in the cities. You can slide down the hill. Almost. It's actually, the ice is not that slippery. It's like when it's plus degrees, the surface is actually kind of sticky. It's not that slippery. If it would be -2, it would be more slippery, I would say. Somebody's been driving around with a quad bike here. Here it's going to be even some snow on the road. This road was probably, I don't think it was plowed at all, but it's just everything has melted more or less away again. Yeah, we're gonna go to the forest. We can check. I think there was maybe some storm damage back there, and go take a look if there's a lot of blowdowns. But yeah, Honvai, if you're from Finland, then you probably know. Then you should probably know the laws. It's kind of the same in the countryside as in the cities. Not really. It's not really the wild west. Maybe if we travel back in time, like 100 years, then kind of anything goes, I think. But yeah, last time I checked it's 2025 now, so. Hello there, Linny Walks. Welcome to a walking stream today. Not what we usually do here, but today, because of some warm weather, snow has melted, so I cannot ski, so instead I'm doing like a walking stream today. And yeah, we have snow in some parts still, but in most parts I cannot ski. must have been quite a bit of snow here, since it's melted a bit, and there's still, right here, there's probably like 15 centimeters still left. And somebody almost got stuck with a car here, I think. Looks like it. Yeah, this is unseasonably warm here. Usually it's -degrees in January, but this year we have a very, very warm January. Yeah, we'll see. Not seeing really a lot of fresh tracks. We saw there were some dog tracks in the beginning, I think. Some fresh tracks, but... Or maybe we'll see the wolf or something bigger even. Small birds are probably liking it when it's warmer. A lot warmer than usual. Yeah, right here we could probably ski. Let's see how much. Yeah, there's not that much, but there's maybe 5 centimeters of snow here. But it's probably gonna, yeah, maybe it continues here. But in the beginning there was no snow. It's just here. It's a little bit big in cover behind the forest, and when it snowed, it probably this place here usually has a lot more snow than the other places. And then the danger here is when you make the track, cut the grooves, then the danger is that here it's not grass underneath. It's gonna be rocks and sand, which is very, very bad for the skis. But yeah, right here you could, but there's just ice here again. But yeah, in some very small places you could still ski. Like back where we have the track, there is like one section that's probably like 50 meters that I could ski, but then I would have to ski like back and forth on a 50-meter track. That would get pretty old, I think, pretty fast. Even though technically it's the same thing, but you could just accelerate up, then you would have to turn around, go back to the same track, and then go back and forth. It was easier to walk in the beginning where the whole road was flat. Here it's like there's a car tracks, and then it's like a bowl. So when you stand on the sides, you want to slide to the middle. And then maybe it's easier to just walk in the snow. Yeah, there's very little snow in the middle here, so probably easier to walk in the middle. Yeah, a lot of water flow here again. Same as last time when we walked here. Very weird. Very weird this time of the year. March weather, as I said. This feels like March, end of March. So it's like 2 months early. But yeah, at least it's not raining today. It's like crazy. It's been like drizzling almost every day. There's some tracks right there. Some animals gone over here. Looks like maybe deer. Some old deer tracks. But yeah, it usually collects, like there's more snow on the road than in the forest. You can see there's nothing in the forest here. But when there's like a little gap in the trees up here, then when you get like snow and wind, more snow actually falls on the road than in the forest. That's why it's like, yeah, in the forest there's nothing. On the roads there's still maybe 5 to 10 centimeters left here. Some areas have, here's more snow. It's usually when the forest like dips down, then there might be some snow. In a lot of places there was no snow. No snow in the forest. But yeah, some brave people have driven through here with the car on an unplowed road. I wouldn't really risk it with the car here yet. Maybe if you have like more off-road car, it should be okay. But yeah, the cars have been dragging in the middle here. How far do I have to walk? I don't have to walk anywhere, but we are going to walk maybe, I don't know, 5K or something. We're gonna go in the forest soon here and check on if there is some like wind damage. But yeah, or just doing a little bit of exercise. I would rather go skiing, as I said, but it's not really possible. Maybe if it at some point goes back under 0 degrees, then I might go. There's like one track where they have like man-made snow, like a big thick layer of man-made snow. then that place probably will have a track, or has a track even right now, but even there is like wet snow, soft snow, which isn't the best to ski on. But yeah, technically, yeah, on the field you couldn't have skied. Here you could definitely ski on the middle here. But it's like, it's soft snow, so it would pretty much be, when there's no track here, it would be, even if I had skis here, we would be going pretty much the same speed, since, yeah, I haven't made a track here, so it's like, you would sink in and then it's like walking with skis. Here the car has turned around and again they almost got stuck. Probably some of the hunters or somebody who's been, they usually drive around here and scan the places. Even if it's not prime hunting season now. I think they did, the moose hunting was in like November. It's so it's pretty good weather, but for me personally this is like the worst weather it could be this time of the year. The only thing missing is rain, and it did rain this morning, so I would take -2. -2 would be much better than +2 right now. To most people that will sound crazy, but yeah, in the winter I prefer it being a little bit on the minus side than plus side. When it's plus, it's like not good for skiing, and road gets all muddy and all kinds of things. I like a proper winter. And there's some fresh tracks. That's a moose right there. Pretty big hoof print. That's a moose. Relatively fresh moose tracks. Maybe from yesterday. So yeah, there's always people wondering that, okay, there's probably no animals when there's snow and cold, but that's a big moose that's gone through here. So if the animal would be right now here, it would be about this high, or the head would be up here somewhere, and even the back would be like somewhere here. Like the moose is it's a pretty big animal. Got them long legs. And we saw deer tracks earlier, dog tracks or wolf tracks earlier. So again today we've seen a decent bit of animal activity. Here the car guys again almost got stuck. But there's actually, I'm a little bit surprised on how much snow there is in the forest here. Out on the field there was absolutely nothing left. There's quite a bit more here in the forest. But yeah, this road, like if somebody would be logging here and selling some wood, then this road would probably be plowed, but I don't think anyone is selling anything from here this winter, so then there is no need to really plow this road. But that being said, when we go a little further, I think one of the neighbors has sold wood there, so the road might actually be plowed a little bit forward here. A couple 100 meters forward. Then it's gonna be like pure ice or flat over the whole road. This is a road that's, yeah, it's plowed only when needed. It's like a logging road, so no one is really living here along this road, so no need to plow it if no one needs it. There's like some small animal tracks, maybe a fox or something. Down the hill here, I think it's probably plowed from there. We just somehow need to transfer this snow from here to the field now. Then we could still ski. One neighbor's been driving here, driving in the forest. Yeah, here it's plowed from here on. So now instead of two small icy paths, we have a fuller road that's mostly quite icy. Yeah, here it's plowed. This is, it's not that slippery. Actually, it's not that plowed. It's plowed here a little bit, but not there. It's probably maybe the neighbor even thought that this last snow that we got is just gonna melt away, so didn't even plow the road thinking that it's gonna melt away, and that's probably the right thing. It is. It seems like it's just gonna melt away. Downhills are a little bit sketchy. There's some needles on the ice, so it's not that slippery. But yeah, soon we'll go in the forest. We'll see. Hopefully there's not that much snow in the forest. I don't really want to go in places like this where there's actually a decent bit of snow still. I just got these boots, so not really good if it's deep snow. Again, here's moose tracks. Yeah, pretty fresh. Moose has been chomping on that bush. That bush was probably pushed down by snow, and then they like to eat the tips of the branches. You can see up there, it's every tip of this branch that's up in the air. You can see it's been Every end has been chewed off. That's where the good stuff is. The good stuff for the moose, at least. Haven't personally tasted on the buds or ends of the trees. Probably not that tasty. We can go in here, this forest. Doesn't look like there's too much snow there. Makes it easier to walk there. Follow these moose tracks right here. Yeah, here again. Moose screaming. These trees, it's good because we drive in with the tractor here, so if it destroys all these trees, it's fine because I still cut them so we can drive in with the tractor. But yeah, here you can see in this forest, a little bit different forest. Here it's like no snow again. Kind of weird how the snow goes. And there's one spruce that's snapped off. But there might be bigger pines that were either by the wind or like by the snow. So once and a few days later, but that snow might still have damaged the trees a little bit. It's very easy to walk. Pretty much no snow, so. No skiing here. More moose poo. Definitely moose around here. Oh yeah, there's one spruce that snapped off there. There's a leaning pine there. There's at least one or two snapped off right there. But it's not too bad. You kind of expect that it's going to be some damage always. Oh yeah, that's just a dead tree. Otherwise dead tree. Yeah, I see one there, and maybe 1, 2, 3 small pines there. It's snapped off. It's probably on the wind probably came from the north or something, like a different direction. And then it pushed over a tree or two. Maybe there's one tree down there too. It seems like a root. Could be like a root ball. Oh, I hear somebody driving with the car on the road. See if they get stuck. It's kind of rough on the road to drive. More snow than you would expect. Ah, it's a quad, I think. Quad might have a easier time of driving through it. And one neighbor is cutting there with the chainsaw here. Yeah, it's excellent weather to do work in the forest also. There's very little snow, so it would be really hard if there would be 1/2 meter of snow in the forest. Yeah, there's one of the neighbors probably going there. The quad bike. But yeah, this area in front of here, we've been here before. This we will plant in the spring. The trees are already, or the saplings are ordered, and we'll plant it. It's like this area and then a little narrow section there. Ordered like 600 trees, so they should easily fit here. And then there will be some natural trees that come in too. Bunch of moose tracks here. Try to go over to the other side. I think there's maybe one tree that has blown down in the wind too, like a spruce or something there. Looks like I see a root there. Yeah, it's probably gone down with the wind. And there's one tree, a couple of pines here that snapped. The top has snapped off. That's fine. We can plant some trees, or maybe the rest of the trees will seed. You can see here. There's like already a lot of like small trees coming up naturally. Follow the moose tracks. Oh, that was a deep spot. I don't really have the best gear for wet spots. There's more crap, moose crap. I try to step on the high points. This terrain has been like dug up a little bit with an excavator, so it's easier to plant trees, but makes it a little tricky to walk now when there's snow in the potholes. You can walk on the stumps and high spots. Yeah, here we did some logging if you watched the fall streams. Collected some firewood from right this there. Now there's one spruce that's fallen down. We can cut that up next year into more firewood. It's just that the spruce at the edge didn't have a super big root system. And then we probably got, there was a wind, some storm that came from this direction. It blew it down, but it's good. If it's just one tree, then it's fine. Always gonna be a little storm damage. I'll go a little bit forward. Here it's really easy, no snow in the forest. And other than the stumps, you couldn't even tell that we were here in the fall. Maybe there's some branches and stuff, but can't even tell that we took. From this, you can almost see like right here, whole older forest up to there. We took like 20 cubic meters out from this. The whole pile that we had, that I showed you at the farm, it all came from this pretty small area here. And it's still a full growing forest here now. So not that bad. The cracks or anything in the ground. We'll see if the signal hangs on here. Kind of low bits right now. Check it. Yeah, here it's easy to see. You can see the piles of dirt that the excavator dug up here. It's going to be easy to plant some trees in those dirt piles. Get some new trees going. decent bit of flow here. And yeah, next year we'll continue. Did a little bit here, but then we'll just continue that way to harvest more firewood. Continue the teeny. You can maybe see that the trees here have a little bit more room to grow, and over there it's more dense. Maybe if you go underneath it, there's a little bit more space out, and then somewhere over here it gets more dense. You can see we removed some trees. Yeah, somewhere here we ended up, and the next year we'll continue here. It's really dense here. You can see the trees have barely any room to grow, and some have almost died already. Too dense here. As opposed to here, you can see up the trees have the room, the tops have a little bit of room to grow. To grow into bigger trees, bigger and better trees. Pretty peaceful now here. Yeah, we've been here in the summer a few times, and then it's not that peaceful with all the bugs, but now in the winter it's nice and peaceful. No bugs. Not hot, no bugs, and even no rain today, so that's nice. A lot less vegetation here. In the summer, this is like pretty fertile, good here. So in the summer, it's like these bushes all have leaves, and it's like very hard to even just walk around. Much easier now. And again, this is kind of a low area, but no snow here. And then over there's like a lot of snow, which is kind of interesting. I guess this is one of those effects again where there's trees here, so when snow blows, then it comes to an open area, then it all dumps all the snow right behind these trees here. And here you can feel the ground is not frozen at all. So now if we would come here now with the tractor, there would be a much higher chance to get stuck than in the fall. Now the ground is wet and not frozen at all. In the fall it was dry and not frozen. But yeah, here there's a lot of snow there. Don't really want to go there too much. Start sticking. There's plenty of firewood here, no shortage. We'll see next year if we want to just cut some firewood or even sell some from this area here. Bitrate is okay. I don't know why it's gray screening this much. If we have like 2000 bitrate, it should be fine with that. Maybe it's like jumping up and down a lot. And check the cables if they're plugged in. But Seems pretty good. When we stand still, it's always going to be better. It's always when you move around, the bit rate goes down. There, we can check a little bit more. It goes a little bit more. I should probably take the map app at some point. Then I need to check where the border, there's like a border going like this here between us and the neighbors. So we don't overextend our firewood thing into the neighbors' trees. I know roughly where the border is, but before I start cutting here, it's best to check from, there's like a map where you can show the borders. That should give us a pretty good understanding where the border is. I think the border is like 20 meters that way. Over there it's more clear because our side has the like small trees, and then all of a sudden there's a couple of big trees. All those big trees are on the neighbor's side, so it comes down from there somewhere and it goes through this place and up the other side there. Hello there, Smiles. Yeah, it's what is it now, round 4 of snow melting again. Crazy winter. Comes and goes the snow all the time. Yeah, my guess would be the border is somewhere here. The trees are pretty similar here between neighbor's side and our side, but I would say somewhere here it goes. But yeah, before we do any cutting here, I need to have my check from the phone. You can check a map and then you can stand and see where the border is. I'm thinking it's like right here somewhere. Trees are pretty similar size on both sides, so it's not the easiest to see. Yeah, man, these trees have grown in like 10 years. They're way, right here you can see up there, they're way too close to each other. This needs some thinning. Yeah, here it's been like, it's probably some sort of record. I don't remember a January where it would have been 2 weeks in a row of plus degrees. And we've pretty much had now, this whole week seems like just plus degrees all the time. So I don't ever remember it being 2 weeks of plus degrees in January. I never remember a January like that. So it's got to be some sort of record again, I think. Whoop! Let's not fall in the ditch. This could be quite deep here, and I don't really trust the ice here. Could be 1 meter of water there. Don't really want to test that with not with these boots. Not really watertight. Yeah, so it's always when you have borders between neighbors, sometimes it's easy if the forests are like different age, but right here it's like, yeah, if you see here, like somewhere there, maybe 30 meters in front of us, there's a border going like this. And it's impossible to know exactly where it is. I know roughly where it is, but when the trees are the same and the ground is the same, and there's like a corner post up there, and then there's another one 200 meters that way, but I somehow need to get the laser straight over from one to the other, and then we know exactly where it is. But yeah, here sometimes there is a ditch right at the border, but not here. Here the border goes like this and the ditches go like this. So there's no help from the ditches. But yeah, I can take there's like a map app where you can see all the borders. So if when I do some logging here, I can use that. And then I get the pretty much like plus minus 20 centimeters, the exact border place. But yeah, we're not gonna do any chainsawing today, but just for future references, when we go here close to the neighbor, we need to know what we're doing. Don't really want to start cutting the neighbor's trees down. Could get expensive. Oh yeah, neighbor is cutting some trees over there, but that's a different neighbor. It's not the same neighbor as here, I think. Otherwise, of course, if the neighbor would be here, then we could both go check the border and figure out where it is. But I think it's easiest with the map thing. Yeah, man, there's a lot of these raspberry bushes here. If I come in the summer here, you could probably find a ton of raspberries here. All these are raspberry bushes. They don't have leaves on them right now, but in the summer there's a lot of them here. Yeah, it's like a free app. It's like you can see just normal map from it, but then you can also put on the borders between different, is it parcels or what is it in English? Like borders between different landowners. It's one of the more helpful things with the phones these days. Back in the day, the only thing you had was like a paper map, and then you would just have to find the corner posts and then figure out the rest. Now it's easier with the cell phones and things. Like the raspberry, have they enough sun to be sweet? Yeah. So the raspberries, they grow pretty well here. And I believe if we thin this out like we did on the other side, like remove some trees, then there might be even more raspberries. I'm already filled with raspberries here. So I don't know if there can be more. Yeah, if they will get sunlight here, it's like a pine forest. It's not too dark. If this would be a spruce forest, then it's more dark underneath. But yeah, they seem to be thriving here, since all these are just raspberry bushes. Trees also grow here pretty good. It's pretty good soil. It's like clay, pretty heavy clay, but for forest soil, it's pretty good. Oh yeah, more ditches. We need to go back there and around so we don't have to. This ditch is a little bit too big to just jump over. I believe it would get wet if we have to jump this. too big. Sun is trying today, but yeah, I see some blue spots in the sky, but we might not get a lot of sunshine. Maybe a little bit. Couple of spruces. Yeah, if you have a lot of trees like this, then underneath it's like almost like much darker than the pine. Then there's usually if you have like a really dense spruce forest like this, then underneath there's just moss. You can even see here just these two trees. There's pretty much just moss at the bottom there. No raspberry there. So underneath those trees it would be too dark. The trees are looking very straight. They're pretty straight. That's kind of what you want. Then you can get some nice straight logs. But I still see some like this tree. It's a little, not the prettiest one there, but the quality, I would rate this, the quality of this forest, it's like probably average. I've seen better and I've seen worse. But yeah, it's okay. Especially with the pine. In some places the quality is just like terrible. A lot of thick branches and the tree trunk is like everything but straight. But these are okay quality. I'm gonna do one more thinning, then I'm gonna remove the uglier ones, leave the really straight and the nice ones. Yeah, this one is probably I can remove. It's all over the place. Same with that one. That one looks pretty nice. That one is nice. That one is nice. This one is kind of nice. This one, if you look from here, it's pretty straight. It's a little bit over there, but that's not too bad. This one is much worse here. This one is a really big one. Not really the best tree, but it's at least big. Yeah, the beat rate is a little bit on the edge here. So we're back there, then we go out there, out from the forest, and it's probably gonna get better. There's like a big hill we're not that far away from a cell tower, but there's a big hill in between us right there. If the hill wouldn't be there, then we would have pretty good connection here. It's always here when I go, yeah, if I go 100 meters that way or a couple 100 meters that way, then it's really good. And then when you go down here, it's really bad or quite bad. But yeah, it's the connection. Just the cell towers or coverage from the cell towers is not perfect in all the places. But I mean, it works for the most part here, so could be worse too. Like now you can see, now it's clear. We got 3000 bit rate, 2700, 2000. Like it fluctuates a lot. And always if I stand still, then it's better. Moving is also not great. But yeah, we got some birches here too, pretty nice trees to add some variety to it. and then behind there's a lot of spruce there. Then here it's mostly pine and birch, and there we got birch, and there it's spruce again and pine. It's quite diverse. For a boreal forest, it's pretty normal. We have some water trees, but those are much more rare. I think there was some numbers. I think 90% of the trees in Finland are like spruce or pine. So already with 2 tree species, you have like 90% of the trees. And then birch is like 3% or something. And then the remaining couple of percent, there you have all the alders and bushes and oaks, and there's very much more rare trees. Because someone always complains that why isn't there 75 different tree species here? But the boreal forest here, even if you go to a completely 100% natural place, it's gonna be mostly 3 species. Nah, this whole week looks like this. Plus degrees. So it's gonna continue melting, and yeah, no chance of skiing this week. Unfortunately, I really want to ski more, but we're just a few degrees on the. If the last week would have been -1 or -2 instead of +2, then we would have snow and we could ski in a lot of places. But sometimes it's very small things in the temperature. Just a couple of degrees of changes it from perfect skiing weather to no snow available. That's a nice tree right there. Straight, not a lot of branches. Quality. Couple of good quality trees here. Yeah, over here it's also spring feeling. As I said earlier on stream, it feels like March here, which is like the usually the month where the snow melts and spring starts. But now we're here like in January, casually here in January, and everything is melting already. Crazy stuff. Yeah, here you can see it changes a little bit. We did some thinning in the fall. Here the trees are a little bit further apart. Here they have time to grow, room to grow, I should say. And we left the best trees. Hopefully all that we left are they're pretty good here. The best that were available. And yeah, here you can see the stumps of the few trees that we removed. Tried to remove the bad quality trees. But yeah, when we go now here, the connection should get better. If we go up on that hill, then it's going to be excellent there, I think. Now we need to plan, how do we get there? There's quite a bit of snow in the middle here. We could maybe go over there and then climb up the hill from there. Then we don't need to go through the deeper snow. Bigfoot tracks. You can track Bigfoot here. Some clear Bigfoot tracks. They're called Bigfoot trackers now. We have some clear prints from a Bigfoot. Yeah, let's go. Oh, there's quite a bit of snow there, but maybe it's still easier. Or maybe go a little bit here and then try to go the short section there on the rocks up to the forest there. I didn't took my logging boots. I have my like normal boots, so don't really want to step into deep puddles or super deep snow. Otherwise, we could get some wet pants or things. Gonna try to stay on the higher ground. And there's deep snow there, moose tracks. Maybe it's just easiest to go up here somewhere. Hopefully find the high spots. And that's fine, there's like a big branch piles here. I don't want to step on them because sometimes you can just fall through them. Then we might be stuck. Soon the connection, now it's still pretty low bit rate. But once we move like 50 meters that way, it should get to pretty good bit rate actually. Small changes sometimes. Yeah, now it's like 2, maybe 3,000. When we go 50 meters that way, I can show you guys it's gonna be like 10,000 bit rate at least. Usually going higher up helps with the bit rate. Now it's already 6,000. Now we should not be getting gray screens anymore. Now it's 12,000. Man, it's a big difference. Now it's literally 13,000, 14,000. It's maxing out. 20 meters that way it was 2,000. So just me going up like 2 meters made it like very good. But yeah, coming up, I see the big hill there. Once we go just a little above it, so we can't see the cell tower, but there's like a line of sight to the cell tower. Then it's immediately like working well. But then when you go down there, you're behind a hill, and then the 4G struggles. But yeah, that's one thing I've learned. I have a really good or quite good map in my head of these areas around here and where it's good cell reception and where it is bad. Like when you walk around like this, I can see the number here constantly, and then we see where it's good and where it's bad. But yeah, it works pretty much in all the places. In some places there it would be like it's beneficial if I have the camera like standing still. But yeah, for the most part it works. It could be worse. It could be like an area with absolutely no cell signal, and then we could absolutely not stream it. Now it's still okay. It's never gonna be really perfect, but let's say it's usable. Yeah, here's a couple of trees. That tree snapped off from the storm, so we got some more firewood to gather here also next fall. But yeah, just a few small trees. Here's some old moose tracks here. And not that much snow here either, which is nice. Makes it easier to walk. I hear some sort of birds here too. Don't know what they are, but there's some birds around here too. Where's it coming from? Over there somewhere? Yeah, the big trees in the background there, that's the top of the hill there. It's quite high up. It's like the highest point around here. And the cell tower is just like behind it, straight behind the big hill, which is a little unfortunate for the area down there, but it is what it is. I can't move cell towers around really. Yeah, if anybody has watched any amount of like real like streaming, even in a CD or like anywhere outdoors, you're not gonna have like perfect connection all the time. It's very much a normal thing that it cuts out occasionally, and yeah, you might have some other technical difficulties, and part of the game, part of the streaming. Yeah, this is quite mossy here. This forest was quite dense, and then like a couple of years ago I thinned it. Now I can't get the wedge in there anymore. There it goes. Hey, grab it. Vacuum cleaner fell down. Lift it up. Okay, we're back. Yeah, of course, exactly when I'm talking about technical difficulties, then the GoPro hears it and decides to shut down. Man, the GoPro. It's quite legendary already. Yeah, whenever I stream that I have a camera on my head, then it's gonna be worse because the GoPro just casually decides that, okay, I shut off right now. when I have that's why I usually use the other camera on the shoulder. Then at least the camera doesn't have almost no issues. But yeah, this camera, it's kind of for the skiing, it's better for me to have it on the head. But yeah, it's the GoPro, yeah, it's like a meme. Stream with GoPro and you will have no issues. Man, oh man. Classic GoPro stuff. But yeah, there is quite a bit of moss, but this has been thinned out a couple of years ago, so I think there's more and more blueberries coming here. Like these are blueberries or lingonberries. I think after even next year there might be quite a bit of berries here. They like a little bit more sunshine. If there's not enough, then it's just moss. As there is quite a bit of moss here, since this forest was quite dense a few years ago, but now it's better, opened up a little bit. Yeah, it is. There's some. The main thing that's better with the GoPro is I can have it on my head. The other camera I can't really have on my head, so. Then you see what I see, and yeah, especially for skiing, it's very good. But when we do more tractor work, then I will use the other camera, because then I just mount it somewhere in the tractor. But yeah, if I want to have the camera on my head, then it's good. Then the GoPro is really the only option. Yeah, let's see if we can find our way out from the forest again and go back on the road here somewhere. Here somewhere. Yeah, the one neighbor, he drove with the quad bike, I think, here. Those trucks were not here when we came here, I think. With a quad bike you can drive here, but yeah, with a car I wouldn't really go here too much. That's the most amount of animal. Probably, like, if you count how many, then probably like some of the small ones, like a mouse or something. Or like some insect, probably like a mosquito or something. Mosquito or like ants. That's probably the most amount, because they're so small. There could easily be like millions and millions in a small place. Yeah, probably some of the really small ones. Maybe like if we do anything like really small ones, it's probably some small bacteria or something that you can't even see. They could be like actually like just in a little place there could be billions. So it depends on how small you want to go. But if we think like mammals and things like that, like animals, then probably like a mouse or yeah, probably something like that is the most common animal. Usually the smaller you go, the more there are. And then the big ones like a moose or like a wolf, then you probably have like very few, because yeah, one wolf needs like a huge territory to stay alive. But yeah, there's probably some official stats in Wikipedia or something maybe. I'm just throwing my best guesses out here. Have I seen squirrels? Yeah, I've seen a few times, and tracks many times. Usually, like right at the farm, there's like at least one or maybe a couple of squirrels around the farm there, because you always in the couple of big trees that are there, I can almost, not every day, but a lot of times you can see a squirrel going up and down in a tree. I think the squirrels, they really like pines or spruces where they can find like cones to eat. I think that's probably their like main source of food. So they want the pine trees and spruce trees. Yeah, we can see if we can find a cone here. Sometimes you can see if there's one tree that they like to eat, and then below the tree there's like hundreds of used up cones. When they have, like they don't eat the whole cone, they eat the seeds and dump the rest. Like a cone like this is an old cone, but they don't eat the whole thing, they go inside there and then they eat the seeds. This is like an old cone, this is not really a good example, this is like rotten, but if they get a fresh cone, then they eat the seeds that are in there. But yeah, the squirrels are pretty common. You can find them pretty much anywhere here. Even in cities you can find them. Like you would think that they would probably not like cities that much, but sometimes when you go to like a park in a city, then you can see a squirrel running up and down a tree there too. I guess in the city they can maybe find even easier food than pine cones. If they, like many animals, if they learn that they can go through trash or stuff like that, then they can find like really easy food. That's when you get your seedy birds and seedy squirrels and seedy rabbits, when they find out that humans can give some real easy food. How far away? No, not that far, maybe like 1 kilometer, 1.5 kilometers away from the farm. Not that far. Yeah, we're just walking today. That's some pretty fresh. That's deer tracks. We saw moose tracks a lot, but that's deer. Same thing, but smaller. And that's like a rabbit. That could almost be a squirrel, actually. Like there's one, and there's one. It's been like jumping. It could be a rabbit also, but that could be actually a squirrel, maybe. Like some old squirrel tracks. But yeah, the other ones at least were deer tracks. But yeah, just getting some light exercise today. Would love to do skiing, but I mean here it's crazy when I say that, like right here you could ski probably, but there's no track here, and yeah, once we go a little bit further you will see why we're not skiing today. Oh, eagles. Yeah. We got some sort of eagles here too, but I don't know, they probably don't stay for the winter. Seagulls and birds like that, they don't stay, they go away and then they come back in the spring. But we have some small birds that are here during the winter also. And the crows, and they stay here. They don't go away for winter even. Yeah, most birds can fly pretty impressively. Some are maybe a little bit more clumsy than others, but a lot of them are pretty agile in the air. could be a little sketchy when it's a little icy and a downhill. But there's still surprisingly good traction. Pretty quiet here today. Can hear some chainsaws in the background somewhere, but it's a pretty nice day today. It's a lot nicer than the other days around here. It's been kind of rainy, kind of windy. I think we got yesterday or on Saturday we got the winds, the leftover winds from the big storm that was in like Ireland. But it wasn't, over here it wasn't like, not anything like they had in Ireland. It was like a proper big storm. Here it was just some pretty normal wind, like 10 meters per second or something. Nothing that really causes damage. The amount of customers without power in Ireland is still high. It is really high, yeah. But yeah, we would probably have the power here at the farm would probably be out too if we could get like 40 meters per second winds. Usually it's like when you go over like 20 meters per second, then you start to get like wind damage. So I can't almost imagine what it is when it's like 40 meters per second. Probably gonna rip down a lot of trees. Yeah, here anything over 20 meters per second here in Finland is considered like a pretty big storm. I think the storm, I think it went mostly like Ireland, Scotland, like northern parts of UK, and then Norway. That's where the damage was. And then other places got like some wind, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Here's still some snow, but when you go half a kilometer forward, you can say bye-bye to the snow. Then it's just ice, and on the fields there's very little snow. Yeah, I think in Ireland, I think they said it was like the storm of the century. So pretty rare storm. There I hear some bird sounds. That sounds like a hawk. Can you hear it like queek, queek? Sounds like a hawk. So I guess the hawks stay here over winter. See if I can spot it. Sounds like it's somewhere over there. I can hear water flowing down at least. Yeah, somewhere over there. Yeah, I think the hawk will definitely find some critters now when the snow melts away. There's less places for the small guys to hide in. Here's a good example. I could ski here, but then you can see this, a rock sticking up. Hit that with the ski and you can say bye-bye to the ski. You will also end up flying down like I did a couple of streams ago, but that was not because of rocks. That was because the skis one went under the other. But yeah, hit that, come down the hill here high speed, hit the rock with one ski, and you're gonna go flying. That's why we're not skiing here, even if you technically could ski right here. You never know when the rocks poke out from the snow. Since this is it's like a gravel road underneath here, so. Yeah, it's beginning to be so warm here that if the fields melt this week, then if the winter crops, if they decide to start to grow now, then yeah, rip those crops. They're gonna die off completely then. Because at some point it's still gonna get cold before spring here, so it's really, actually if it would stay like this or even a little bit warmer, it would be really bad for the winter crops. We'll see how the neighbor has some winter crops. We'll see how they do this winter. It's looking kind of not so good now. As long as they don't start to grow, it's fine. But if they decide that okay, it's spring, it's time to start to grow, then it's gonna be then it's all gonna die. Yeah, a little bit more, then the snow will go away. Then it's just ice. Snow cannon, yeah, snow cannon could be good. But even then we need like -degrees. Then we could make some snow. Or maybe you can make, even if it's like 0, I think you might be able to make snow then. That's how they make the snow in. If we go to the one track, they probably have like a thick layer of snow there, because they make the snow with snow cannons. So even if it's even if there's not a lot of natural snow, then they can make snow. So yeah, if it goes a little bit colder, that it's -degrees, then we might have to go there and ski a little bit. Since soon we're not gonna have any snow here. Can I use a track for free? Yeah, I think at this point, like last week, we went to another track and that's free to use. And the other place where they make like not artificial snow, but snow with snow cannons, I think that place is also free. They usually, you have to pay in the beginning of the winter when that's the only place that has snow. But I think right now, at some point they stop charging when all the other tracks are available, and I guess when they have paid off the cost of making the snow, then you don't need to pay. So I think all the tracks are free now. But yeah, most tracks are like this. There's no snow, so there's not a lot of places that you can ski right now. But the one place, I think, I haven't checked their online page, but I think they should still have a good track. Unless it's all melted there too, but I think they put like a thick layer of snow, so I think that should be able to withstand this warm weather, at least for a while. Of course, at some point that's gonna melt too. But yeah, most of the tracks around are like, every city has like some places that they make ski tracks, and then it's like free to use. But yeah, the bigger problem here in the south has been like lack of snow. As soon as we get snow, they make the tracks and they're good, but when there's no snow, they can't make those tracks. Here it's already mostly ice and not much snow on the road. And then soon there's just a little ice. But yeah, there's still, even here, there's more snow. There's a little bit of snow everywhere in the forest. But out in the field, there's absolutely no snow. You'll see soon when we arrive at the field. It's kind of interesting. I guess when the terrain is more uneven here, more snow gets stuck here. And out on like a flat field, not so much snow sticks there. I guess. Like there's got to be some reason why there is some snow here, and then on the field there's like absolutely none. Would really like it to be the other way around. Then we could still ski. Might want to walk here. On the side we got some exposed gravel. So yeah, as you can see here I could not ski. I could have skied back there, but then here it's impossible. I shouldn't say impossible. I mean, you can walk here with the skis on, but you will absolutely ruin the skis. Of course you can walk with the skis on here, but I wouldn't really even call that skiing at that point. Even from here you can see out on the fields there. No snow on the fields. Damn it. The winter is teasing us this winter. Here I give you a little snow and then I will take it away, and then give you a little snow and then take it away. It's that kind of winter this winter. Last winter was better. I don't remember how much I skied last winter, but it was more like a proper winter. We got snow in December some point, and then it stayed all the way to March. That was much nicer. This pumping on and off winter, I'm not the biggest fan of this kind of winter. Yeah, the winter is trolling us. The winter is just a big old troll this winter. Big troll. Okay, see you later. Yeah, soon we'll be out back on the fields. Then I can show you the little ice that's left of the tracks. Even now, if it would turn back to -degrees now and we would get like even just 5 centimeters of snow, then I could ski again, but the forecast didn't look like it. Looked like it's just gonna melt more for a few days at least. Yeah, here it's like ice, but it's actually not. It feels like there's like a little grip still. There's like a little water on the ice, and it's like Sometimes that can mean it's super slippery, but today it's like, I guess the surface of the ice is like soft a little bit. So it feels like there's pretty good grip actually. It's still ice, but it's not, it probably looks worse on stream than what it actually feels. Like for sure if I run and do like that I can glide. But it's not that slippery. There's a couple of birds there too. In the bushes. That's something else then. That's not hawks, it's like, don't even know what bird that is. Can go here, then we can go back to the field. Maybe it's like nötskrika. Could be. No idea what that's in English. It's like a pretty common bird here. Seems to be like 10 of them or something. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Now they're up in the aspen tree. And there's about 15 of them actually in the tree. We have arrived at the fields. And here, no snow. Wouldn't need much snow here because there's grass underneath, so it's not the end of the world. Like there, we could ski there. Ski around there and make a 30-meter track and ski on that. Same in the forest, there's one place there that there's a little bit of the track left. But it's such a short track that it's like not nice to ski on. And here's what's left of the track that we skied on. Maybe it's like a week and a half ago now. This is all that's left. Just a little bit of ice. This would still be a good bottom if you get a little snow on this. We would need very little, like even 5 centimeters. Then we could ski again. But it is vanishing pretty quickly here. Very easy to tell where it went now. Water, maybe it's easier to walk on the ice here. Little puddles here even. There's a big bird. Is that like an owl? That could definitely be an owl. Maybe it's a hawk. It's a hawk or an owl. I'm a big bird expert. But yeah, there's actually quite a few birds around. I'm sure they have an easier time finding something to eat now than if there would be like a lot of snow. I'm guessing. There's the pile, that whole pile of wood you see there. That was all cut from the little place I showed you in the forest. Like probably maybe 0.2 hectares. And then we just thinned that and we got that big pile. Or probably like 20 cubic meters of wood. So it doesn't take very much if you think that's probably a year's worth of firewood for the farm. If the winter is like this, then that's like 1.5 years. So I guess that gives you some sort of idea of how much we use or how little we use. It's actually not that much. Damn. It's March. If I look at the situation here, and someone would drop me in here and ask me what time of the year it is, I would say like end of March. And it's like end of January. God damn. Yeah, this pile. All this wood except the last few bits here. These were from the one tree that was dying in close to the farmhouse, so we had to cut it down. The little stuff at the end there, but all that fresh wood is from the one place in the forest. I guess soon if we're not gonna start to make firewood, but the pile is nice and clean now of snow, so technically you could cut and split firewood now. I guess we're gonna wait at least until February and see if the winter still comes back. But yeah, the snow and ice would not be a hurdle anymore. You could definitely just cut and split this stuff up now. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Just a little other type of exercise. I much rather would be skiing here, but it is not possible at the moment. But yeah, we'll see how the weather turns here. Doesn't look too good for the next few days, but yeah, maybe at some point it gets a little bit colder. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you next time.
down the rabbit hole again.